So consumer surplus, as the name suggests, has to be some sort of benefit the consumers gain. Basically, this benefit is what the consumers are actually willing to pay for a good, for the quantity, okay, versus what they actually pay for the goods. Now, willing to pay is the demand curve. Demand curve shows us the willingness and ability. And the market price is what people are actually paying. Okay. So graphically, it was a very simple idea that graphically, if this is the demand curve, this shows various quantities के लिए various prices consumers are willing to pay for a good. For example, let's say for the first quantity, consumers are willing to pay $10. For the second quantity, the consumers are willing to pay, let's say, $8. For the third quantity, the consumers are willing to pay $6. Okay. But what is the actual price that they're paying? Let's say the actual price is $6. That's the market price. We're just assuming that this is the market price. Now, if this is the market price, what is the consumer surplus for the first unit? For the first unit, they were willing to pay 10, but they're actually paying 6. So the consumer surplus that they're getting is 4. For the second unit, they're willing to pay 8, they're actually paying 6. 2 ka surplus hai. For the third unit, they're willing to pay 6, they're actually paying 6. Okay. So there's a 0 ka consumer surplus. So what's the total consumer surplus? Well, if you're consuming 3 units in total, the consumer surplus is area below the demand curve and above the market price. All of this is the consumer surplus. How do you calculate it? Well, it's very simple. You use the triangle ka formula, which is half into base into height. Okay, that's how you would actually calculate it. And that will show you the consumer surplus. If in any case, the price is to go up, okay, let's suppose the price goes up to 8. In that case, what has happened now is that the willingness is 10, what they're actually paying is 8, so sirf 2 ka surplus hai, yahan pe 0 ka surplus hai. So if the price was to go up, the new consumer surplus is this small triangle above the market price. And what did the consumer lose? Well, consumer lost all of this old consumer surplus region. Okay, that's how you measure the change in the consumer surplus if the market price was to go up.